Today I'm going to talk about the ABCs or A through Z's of caregiving. I'm going to do a different letter for each day and see how far I get. I'm not sure about the Z's. I'm not sure if I can come up with some words, but we'll see. Or X's, but we'll see. Today we're going to talk about the 4 A's of caregiving. The first one is, number 1, awareness. Being aware of the environment around you, surrounding your loved one. My mother-in-law, sometimes she will be very wobbly, or she has a difficult time walking. She uses her walker, and she will carry her coffee with her, or tea, and she walks with her walker, and then she's spilling half of her drink on the way to her chair. And sometimes my father-in-law will just let her kind of do as much as she can herself, and then just kind of clean up things. Other times he just goes over and helps her, but sometimes they don't want help, and we have to be respectful of that too, as much as we can, to keep that independence and that dignity going. But the first one is awareness, just making sure that you know what's going on before it happens. If mom or dad look a little wobbly and look like they're gonna fall, make sure you go over there, get up there, and just help them walk or help them carry their stuff, because then it won't end up all over the place, because you don't want mom or dad to trip or to slide in something because of a watery substance or fluid or something that they're drinking gets spilled. That's a big one. No falls, no falls. The second one is, number 2, adapt. Adapt to the day. Every single day is different. How many times do you drive and you have your GPS on and everything, and maybe you didn't know about the detour that's 5 miles from your house or 20 miles from your house, and now you're stuck in this big traffic jam? You just don't know. So the next time when you have to go that way, which would be another day or a week, and then you realize, hey, there's construction over there, I'm not going that way. You just have to keep adapting. With caregiving as well, the same thing. Maybe mom can do something one day, but maybe the next day she's unable to do it, so that we need to help more, or ask them how much they need or what they need, and if you can be helpful in any way, because it's all about respecting them, loving them, and just communicating and just talking to them, not just running over and doing something. When I started working on my own business, I know that there were some amazing people out there that were helping me, and I have a coach now that he leaves me in that uncomfortable situation. Of course, it's different for different people, but he just says, I want you to think about what you're doing and take that time and try and do it yourself. And he does that, but it's just, it makes me stronger. It makes me stronger to think for a minute of what I'm doing. And this goes back to my mother-in-law. A week ago, she was here, and we were trying to help her to the truck, and her legs just weren't functioning as quickly as probably our brain, right? Some of us can say at a certain age, we're like, oh my gosh, my brain wants to do this, but my body can't. I remember one day I was on the ladder, I was trying to help my husband, and I somehow slipped off the ladder, and didn't fall off the ladder, but I was hanging there, and I was a couple feet up in the air, not close enough to where I could just let go and just fall to the ground. But my husband saw me. He was on the ladder next to me. He gets off his ladder and he grabs me. He's like, no more ladders for you. And, I gotta laugh, because I'm like, but I can do this. But it's like, maybe not, because I really don't want to hurt myself. So it's just working yourself up to that, or getting your muscles prepared, or whatever you have to do, right? But you can't just do it on an everyday basis where you haven't done it in 20 years and you go up there and you're trying to get on a ladder, and, you're not being careful because the ladder wasn't completely level and it was out in the dirt and the stones, right? So all those things you have to be careful of. So adapt. The third thing is assist. If they want your assistance, they will tell you, or you ask mom or dad or your loved one, say, can I help you? What can I help you with? Would you like me to help you with this? And they can say yes or no. And if they say no, it's okay. If they spill a little bit of this or that, sugar all over. My mother-in-law does this thing with her sugar. She likes more sugar than coffee. And when she goes and makes it, it's funny, because my father-in-law will be like, I have to clean it up every time. She goes over, because she has tremors, and bless her heart, right? She goes over and she tries to do it herself. She puts the sugar on the spoon. The spoon goes into the sugar, and she's just shaking so bad it goes everywhere. And then it's on the floor, and it's just kind of messy, but we all kind of chuckle, because it's like, it's mom, and she wants to do it herself. So if they want to do it themselves, then let them do it themselves. Nobody wants to be sitting in a chair not being able to do anything ever, and that somebody's always waiting on them. Well, there might be some people that want that, but not everybody does. And it just hurts them that if they can't do something. I know when my dad was more bedbound, it really got hard for him because he didn't want everybody doing everything for him, but it got to where he couldn't do it himself, and it broke him because he felt hurt sometimes because he couldn't do things. So it's nice to have, like, my mother-in-law sitting at the table. She can't cook really anymore, but she can sit at the table and peel potatoes. My dad could do things if you gave it to him to do in bed, like brushing his teeth, taking out his dentures and brushing them in bed, little things like that. But those little things amount to a lot when you're not able to do all the things that everybody can do around you, right? It makes you feel a lot better when you can do them. And appreciate the small wins, the moments, the strength it takes to care as a caregiver, as caring as just love in your heart for that person, but also, being cared for. Letting people do something for you. It's very hard, I know, because I'm one of those people too that it's very hard to accept, or it's very hard to just say, I need help, because we try and do everything. But then we do everything and we go overboard, and then we don't have anything left for energy or spiritedness, I would say, or anything else to help our loved ones, right? So we want to make sure that we have that energy, we're hydrated, that we do things for ourselves so that we can do things for our loved ones, but appreciate any kind of a small win that we can get through today. Maybe we couldn't yesterday, and now today they're doing something different, or we're doing something different, and it works. It works. So yay, right? Today was on the 4 A's for caregiving. Tomorrow will be on the B's. You guys stay tuned, take care, and we'll talk soon.